Hi there Libra, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Welcome to your mid-June 2019 reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello! And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So, as usual, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members. I love your energy though. Anyone, I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. Probably because my Venus in 7th house. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There's so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just, whoa, click and watch. So let's talk now, Libra. You know what? While I was meditating for you, I kind of feel like, especially in this month of mid-June to the end of June, you're going to be shown a lot of signs. So pay attention closely to angelical numbers or the scent that you suddenly smell or dreams that has symbols on it. Because whatever it is that you've been looking for, the answers that you've been looking for, you're going to be shown into dreams, from dreams, yeah. So you might have a really vivid dreams that has, water on it, or you taking an airplane, or you're traveling, or there is a swan, there is a dog, snakes, whatever, just pay attention closely to those symbols and then try to find meanings. I mean, there's so many interpretations on it on the internet. Because I feel like that was what you were doing in the past. I mean, you had the Page of Swords, Princess of Swords, and also the High Priestess. So there's something here, you're really looking for answers, and so your logical mind has already made up assumptions. But then you're like, no, I don't really want to believe in it. I want to see the final proof, the final thing for me to be doing something about it. And then you were in touch with your spirituality, you were distancing yourself, and then try to see things in a black and white positions. When you're distancing yourself away from your subject is the moment that you can see things in a macroscopic nature, right? So that you're able to see the bigger picture, which is a great thing to do. By the way, don't freak out when you hear me muttering in non-English words. It's just me muttering in Indonesian language, which is my language. This would make much more sense if you guys are dealing with two people, but we'll get into that. So if you're only dealing with one person, this reading is for you. And then if you're only dealing with two people, then the last session of the reading is going to be for you. Okay, that's how I do my readings always. But anyway, your overall energy for the now, you have the Knight of Chalices, you have the Queen of Wands, and then you also have the Emperor card there. So in a way that I feel like, in the past you were distancing yourself away because you have assumptions, you have a point that you really want to seek answers to. I feel like in the now though, you're much more fiery in a way that, your Venusian quality, which is the Empress card in here, starting to show, and then you want to put yourself out there to public. But there's a certain person here that you take shelters from, with the 7 of Wands. So this person in the past, he or she was the 2 of Swords in reverse, and also the King of Pentacles in reverse. They're not being, from your perspective, they're not being a very reliable type of person. You wanted them to do a certain type of actions, or they promised you to do something, but they didn't do that. King of Pentacles in reverse also talks about somebody who he's giving a lot. That person gives a lot, and then they pull back as a form of punishment, or they being kind of over controlling with the things that they give to you. So there's a lot of meanings attached to it. But I feel like in the past, this person has already made up their mind to become the King of Pentacles. But deep down inside though, if you're only dealing with one person, both of you feel the same way. It's the Princess of Chalices. You know what I mean? It's like the youngest suit in my deck. The Princess of Chalices, it has a lot of Neptunian quality attached to it. It has a lot of idealizations. You know what I mean? When you think so highly of somebody, when you're so in love with somebody and you idolize them in some ways, that everything that they do is so good, is so perfect. But the problem about that is that you get so sensitive because everything that they do and everything that you do, according to them, they take it kind of quite personally. So it's a mixture between highly idealizing somebody and also being vulnerable on the inside. You know what I mean? So, and the thing that they did in the past with the King of Pentacles in reverse, it was because of that Princess of Chalices. And then now, though, if you're only dealing with one person, this person, there is an issue, an underlying issue that both of you is refusing or avoiding to talk about. Wait a minute. Same other animals never mentioned. They're somebody who likes to think big. They like to make plans. They like to give you a concept, or they like to give you an idea about, you know what, this is what we should do. You know, they're making like a great master plan, like this is what we should do, and da 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 da. Whereas you're much more interested in spending time with them, collaborating with them, building something from scratch, having a face-to-face meeting and just doing stuff together. Whereas they're like more like, oh, you know, things that are happening in their head, a genius plan that they have in their head. And because of this differences, there is an issue or an argument that both of you refuses to talk about. Because you're the Seven of Wands when they touched into it, and they're like the Four of Swords. Like, I don't want to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do it. Stuff like that. This could also talk about people who blow hot and cold. So one moment this person is really hot with the Magician card. Look what I have. This is what we're going to do. And you're like, yeah, okay, let's just do stuff together, yeah? But then they're going to be like the Four of Swords, trying to test a reactions out of you or anything. And then you guys like the Seven of Wands, okay, you want to test my reactions by kind of like walking away or ignoring me. Okay, fine. I'm going to be the Seven of Wands. Like, I'm not going to be doing it first. Like, I'm here if you're here. I'm not there if you're not there. So that's how your energy is. Ten of Pentacles is beautiful though. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. This only makes sense if you guys are dealing with two people. Otherwise, you know, if you're only dealing with one person, is one day you're like this, the other day you're like this. You know, things get beautiful and get ugly real quick. Like, it's volatile kind of thing. And you know what's challenging? I think I forgot to mention what are the challenges in this relationship. You have the Knight of Swords and you also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. The lack of communications. I mean, the communications could be non-existent. Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Okay. I was just checking my microphone. What was I trying to say? The lack of communications, or the communication is non-existent at all. You guys are avoiding the arguments altogether. And then you have the Knight of Swords in a way that, you remember that Princess of Swords in the past when you guys already have an assumptions about something and you're just waiting for one final bam, you know what I mean? Like one final, see that type of person, because you're so ready to strike, you know, with the Knight of Swords. You're ready to strike to them in a very, very logical manner. You're ready to confront them. You're ready to interrogate them. Interrogate. Yeah. You know, English is not my first language, but you're ready to interrogate them. You're ready to kind of like confront them in some ways, like, don't do this, you know, stuff like that. And the thing is that communications in a relationship is really essential. So, I mean, I keep on telling this in all of my readings. If you have something to say, say it. If they have something to say, say it. And I feel like it's something that has been quite challenging in the relationship, even in the past and in now, because both of you are the Princess of Chalices, you know, feeling-wise, Cups is there, the emotions is there, but they chose to become the King of Pentacles in reverse. So you're like, yeah, You know, you have a certain assumptions about them. But anyway, what's going to happen in the future if you guys are only dealing with one person is similar to exactly what is happening in the now. Like when things are good, they're good, and then they're, I don't know, it's like they're afraid to ask you something. It's also a different type of love language, so they're not really sure where you stand in your life, and you're also not sure where they stand in your life. But I feel like you're much more into reflecting, you know, them. So when they go 10 of Pentacles, when they're collectively happy with you, when everything is fine and dandy and they're nice to you, you're nice with the King of Chalices. You know what I mean? And the King of Chalices, especially in this particular deck of mine, is a very, very charming card, where somebody is acting kind of like quite indifferent about things. I mean, if you're here, okay, I enjoy your presence. But if you choose to become the Chariot card in reverse, which is you don't go after me again, or if you don't do something to me again in a very, you know, masculine way, then I wouldn't even do anything. I'm just going to sit here being the King of Chalices while waiting for, you know, I'm just going to reflect on you. Like you're acting like a mirror to them. Kind of want to know what the Seven of Swords is about, because you have a Seven of Swords. It just pops out all of a sudden. Okay, so one of you, I'm not going to point fingers here, but one of you has a little bit of an escapism type of tendency. That's my family, sorry. They're all staring here. But anyway, one of you is having escapism tendency. You know what I mean by escapism? So when your heart is shattered and when you're not feeling so emotionally well, you have a tendency to drink, you know, or to shop, or to basically have a bumper, like an emotional bumper, somebody who, like a rebound type of stuff. So one of you is doing that. So if it's not you, it's them. Okay, so yeah, I mean, but until the 20th of June, the situation is still going to be similar. Like you're going to be reflecting things on them. So that's if you're only dealing with one person. So if you're only dealing with one person, your reading ends now. Now we're going to move on to if you're dealing with two people. So let's talk about person A and person B. Person B is somebody that you're really focusing on. All of your, you know, masculine energy focuses on, you know what I mean? Because this person has kind of like brought you in the wrong way, or they kind of like, in Indonesia we call it kalitik, meaning that they tickle your ego a little bit. And in the past, you were kind of like distancing yourself away from them. You have a Princess of Swords, so you kind of like see what they're up to and stuff like that. But there's a point that you really, really want to make about them. This person is still the Princess of Chalices, but then they're the King of Pentacles in reverse, in a way that they're not being really, really reliable to you. And then now both of you are basically avoiding one another. You know, you have the Four of Swords, they have the Four of Swords, so they feel like they want to stop thinking about you. And you guys are like the Seven of Wands. Okay, fine. You don't want to communicate with me. You won't stop thinking about me. So I will not stop. I will not think about you too, dude. So you're like, you know, basically the similar energy. But there's this certain type of sadness that comes to them when they're the Four of Swords, as you can see in here. Is it focusing? Yeah. I mean, look at this. What is it? The squirrel? Yeah. So when the squirrel walks away, it kind of like looks back in nostalgia and sadness. Oh, do I really have to do this? But it's a similar energy. You know what I mean? Like they're wanting to walk away, and you guys are like, yeah, I don't want to even talk to you, dude. Like you're the Seven of Wands. Fine. Go away. Don't come back. You know, that type of energy. In the future, they're going to be the Chariot card in reverse, in a way that they're still going to maintain that same attitude. And you're like Five of Wands. Like, nah, I'm not going to do it first. You're very, very, you know, Wands, you know, like a fiery side of you that, you know, most people don't really see. That stubbornness, like, no, I don't want to do it. Person A, yes, I think is somebody who they come to you very strongly with the Magician card. You know what I mean? They're already building plans with you and stuff like that. But I feel like with them, you're much more of the Two of Wands. So you want to take things slow. You just want to get to know them. You want to spend more time together with them and build something from scratch. In the future, this person is going to be the Ten of Pentacles in a way that they feel collectively happy with you, and they're fine with sharing their resources, because Pentacles talks about resources, and they're also fine with sharing their energy and focuses. I mean, they're not really stingy with those things, and you guys are like the King of Chalices, so you are being emotionally much more available towards them, but there is no denying that you still have the Princess of Wands towards the person B. And Princess of Wands in this particular deck of mine is a card of wait and see, kind of like waiting for, you know, something to come. But I feel like by the end of June with person A is looking really, really great though, because you're the King of Chalices and this person is the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for my reading for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.